Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and it is time for a very belated weekly painting progress, if you want to call it weekly, because it's not. But things were painted. We've just been incredibly busy. And it has been so unbearably hot out here in Southern California. It's just not conducive to wanting to sit down and paint. Doesn't matter if we've got the air on. Doesn't matter if we got the solar to cover the cost of the air running nonstop. It's just not comfortable. I don't know, especially after being at work all day, and I tend to have, a lot of after school stuff I gotta go supervise kids at, and I'm just like, out in that heat, no thanks. The last thing I want to do is move, even if it's just my hands. And my hands are massively cut up now from trying to fight my way through my plastic model backlog. And I always wonder, are people interested? Sometimes I'll get videos on model kits that'll get a ton of views, and then I'll get some that barely anybody looks at. And so I don't know if there's certain things. As the channel's name suggests, I tend to prefer things that are a bit more obscure. I guess I could just do nothing but Gundams all day. I could. Technically, I've got enough laying around. But anyway, I digress. Let's talk about some painted stuff. And this is the whopping entirety of models that my younger brother has painted. And I will give him credit. It is quite nice, and it is quite a laborious-looking model to work on. This was part of the Dragon Trapper Lodge's Construct Month. And that's where we first saw their Dwarven war mechs that are totally modular and have all kinds of crazy magnetized options and fun things. But this one, the two of us saw it, that face, and it absolutely screamed Musha Alest enemy. Or just Mega Drive shooter cannon fodder in general. The Torii Gate, the giant head, the Gatling gun in the mouth. These arms, I might add, are modular as well. There were a couple different choices that these guys had that didn't actually work with the dwarf mechs as well, but that's a whole other story. And we'll see plenty of dwarf mechs in the next few weeks as well, because I'm trying to print them. But anyway, it's a nice looking model, and it pairs quite well with whatever samurai type models you've got laying around. Obviously, me being me, got a variety of samurai from a variety of different creators. But you can see it is, I guess, a little on the smaller side if you're going with the more heroic scale stuff. If you are aiming a little bit smaller, like with Planet Shark type models, that might be a nice fit, actually. And speaking of Planet Shark models, I'm not sure if everybody is aware, but the Kickstarter campaign has officially started, so I have been trying to get more sharks done. Now, this is not an official shark. Taiga Miniatures are doing the official ones. We will have a link to that down below, because as of now, when I'm posting this, the campaign's been going for a few days, and it's already reached quite a few stretch goals. So hopefully we will see more of that, and there's some really nice looking models there, and fun little game, might as well support it. I am doing my best to get playable sides ready for a variety of students for after school, so I am slowly trying to get through that, but the weather has been stopping me. So anyway, this is a typical bull shark. I have them on 32mm base. I'm pretty sure that's what size they're supposed to be, whereas the pups are going to be at 28mm, and then the veterans are going to be at 40, for the most part. Besides that one, we also have another one from the same creator. This is from Shorkworks, which, as I've said before, we'll have a link to below. And I really like the fact that he looks like he's cosplaying Monster Hunters. Whether he is or not is an entirely different story, but that's okay. As I've mentioned many times in this channel, I'm not one to really go for super detailed, depth and shadowing, shading, all that stuff. I like to make sure that at a very high zoom lens, you don't see a bunch of splorches and crappy paint spots. So the fact that I'm trying to be very thorough, you know, I try to have an eye for that at least. So thank you, my poor vision and crappy brushes, for being able to withstand a 5x zoom. Not bad. So we'll have Shorkworks' link below as well. I know he recently, I'm assuming they did some kind of vampire-esque, dark knight type goblins. Maybe goblin sharks. And really was impressed by those. So you guys should take a look. Something that I've been meaning to finish for some time now. This is an official Trench Crusade Artillery Witch. Now, there have been so many different variants from so many different people. I feel like, you know, maybe she's lost a little bit of her magic to a degree. There's been some really impressive ones from a lot of other people, like I said. But sometimes, you know what? You got to go with the classic, and you got to go with the standard version as well before you branch off into the crazy. So, while I may have all the Wild Westphalia ones, we're going to keep the simple basic one. And I don't know how many colors she's got probably buried under her current paint applications. I could not make up my mind on how to paint her. I still can't, and I'm still not 100% sold on what I did. But I figure I at least got one painted. She may not exactly match my heretics that I've already got painted, but, you know, we'll go from there. We'll figure something out. Alright, I am like so sticky with tree sap from cutting stuff, and like all the bases are sticking to me as I put my arm down. Fun. The next figure... like, I'm silent because I have completely forgotten. He is a little glossy still at the moment. I want to say Flesh of Gods. Flesh of Gods feels right. I'm not 100% sure, but it does. I like that he's got like, you know, he's wearing full armor. He's not like a Warforged or anything. And I mean, I guess you could paint up, you know, different colored layers of robes and stuff, but I just wanted to keep it really simple. But I love that he's whipping out the dual pistols. Just something different. But finally, the thing that I have really been fighting with, and I mean really fighting to get this guy done, is this Warcaster for the Khymaeris. I can't remember his name at the moment. I apologize to Steamforged and everybody involved in War Machine, but I could not figure out how to make his paint scheme work. I really fought with this. So I've painted a total of one other caster. I can't remember their names, as I said, because I haven't actually gotten to sit down and play a game with them, because I'm one of those kind of picky people that like to have everything, you know, actually painted prior to playing. So I can't remember. And I've busted off his tail, his halberd. We've busted lots of different parts on it, and surprisingly, we've been able to repair him every single time. So I'm glad about that. I'm just glad that he's done. I can't remember his name. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. But like I said, I haven't had a chance to actually feel any of these guys because I'm waiting to get them done. But I feel confident moving forward, at least, that I can start working my way through both the other 3D printed ones from the early offerings, as well as the newer plastic ones that came in the 2-player versus set with the Trollkin. The Southern Creoles, I think it was, wasn't it? So, at least for me, that's a big step forward. May have taken me months upon months to get them done, but that's a whole different story. In fact, just getting this stuff done in general, I thought was a bit of a challenge this month. August kind of came and went. Family visiting, school starting, back to school night. I've got parent conferences like right around the corner, which is absolutely wild. But hey, you know what? Stuff's getting painted still, and I feel like that's commendable. at least for myself. Even if I'm never particularly happy with my results, at least things are moving forward. And hopefully all of you guys out there are doing the same, getting that stuff ready to go for the tabletop, because I know I am certainly looking forward to when the weather is more tolerable over here, which I don't even know when that's going to be. But by then, hopefully, we can actually get some games in with this stuff. So, fingers crossed in that regard. And as always, we'll have those links down below for you guys to check this stuff out yourself and enjoy it and do a far better job than me, right? So with that said then, this has been I, Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.